Since 2022, if we see what all has happened in the T20 World Cup, what has happened in the Asia Cup, when we have a look at this, Rohan, in 22, the Asia Cup, Afghanistan qualified to the Super 4 stage. Bangladesh remained winless. Then in the 23 ODI World Cup, Afghanistan finished 6th, Bangladesh 8th. 24 T20 World Cup, Afghanistan qualified for the semis. And, well, Bangladesh had never reached that in history. And the 25 Champions Trophy, both crashed out. But those games that Afghanistan had against England was something that was very memorable.
Yeah, and I think one proper factor of knowing, which team is stronger at the moment is that if you made a combined Afghanistan-Bangladesh 11, you'd have more Afghanistan players in it. In a T20 format, you'd definitely have more Afghanistan players. Katy and me were talking off air about if you had to make a world 11, how many players walk in? And, we obviously said Bumrah and Surya Kumar Yadav from India. And for me, Rashid Khan would be someone who could, be a walk-in. Where there's not too much debate about his position as a very high-quality bowling all-rounder. But there's no one from the Bangladesh team who might even come into the reckoning.
Maybe Shakib once upon a time.
No, I'm saying right now. Shakib wouldn't come in. I mean, he's not there, so he's retired. But right now, there's no one. And that, again, tells you the gulf between these two teams.
But you talk about this gulf, it's almost like this younger and older sibling, because we know that Afghanistan has been the younger sibling. And then suddenly in a 100-meter race, when the younger sibling goes past your older sibling, you wonder how that speed has been gathered. So how has Afghanistan done that?
And the funny thing is that the older sibling got everything. They got the first prize in everything. They got home advantage. They've been there for a longer time, whereas the younger sibling has only had to go and play in other places as their home ground. With whatever is happening around in their own country, they don't even have the kind of facilities which the older sibling has, and also the support. Just think of it, they hardly play at home, so they don't get any support. India gave them 2 homes to play, and they've been in Dubai for a long time. Many of them ply their trade outside, and also think of the number of players who are sought after in other leagues as well. So it makes a huge difference. It's a story of resilience. Whatever story it is, it's a story of resilience, and the way those players have all been galvanized together into a force. I think you have to doff their hat to them. Take a leaf out of it. There is nothing to feel touchy about it. That's what I feel. I think you need to feel happy and take a leaf out of their book.
Katy was talking about, not being able to play in front of your home fans. I actually think, at least for me, they are my second team. Obviously, India is my first team.
That's a big thing, yes.
For a long time, it was Sri Lanka. If Sri Lanka was playing against any other team, I'd be supporting Sri Lanka. Now, when Afghanistan plays against another team, I'm a diehard Afghanistan supporter because of what they've gone through. The fact that, you've got to go, you've been in India for so long, playing in Lucknow, Dehradun, that was your sort of base.
But do you think that's what helped them, just different conditions around the world?
I 100% believe it did, because you've sort of got your base in Lucknow, you've got your base in, I think even in
UAE as well.
UAE, even in Noida, were they in Noida for a while? They were in Noida for a while. Dehradun, so you're going through different parts of India, different conditions. Then in Dehradun, in Dubai, UAE. So different conditions, you're learning to adapt, you're learning to adjust, and we're seeing quality players.